or whether it is political speech aimed at derailing or corrupting the criminal justice process.
Wondering what you think of that exchange, Alyssa, given what you know about former President Trump and how he operates.
Well, can we just take a step back and think about how remarkable it is that this discussion's even being had? This is kind of testing our laws in a way that they never have before, in the sense that you have likely the Republican nominee, indicted on felony charges and actively in a courtroom while he's campaigning for president. So these are kind of questions that haven't legally been challenged. But I completely understand what Donald Trump's attorney is trying to do here. Trump is his only option this campaign cycle is basically to campaign from the courtroom. With the multiple cases that he has, it's going to keep him off of the campaign trail in many court dates. I mean, some of these are actually going to line up right ahead of Super Tuesday. So he needs to be able to use his social media, talk about things in a way and define, the enemy being the judge, being those who are coming against him in these cases. But he also needs to use it to look strong and to appear strong. So this is something that he knows being silenced in these cases is a death knell for him. He needs to be heard. He needs to appear strong to his supporters and like he's going to win this when it's unclear if he will.
Right. And we've seen him fundraise off this and so forth. I mean, he's been trying to use it to his advantage. So, Norm, the judges, they seem ready to reinstate the gag order, but with some leeway for Trump to attack Jack Smith. What do you make of that?
Well, we've known all along that while the law favors the gag order, the place where the toughest judgments have to be made is with criticizing the Biden administration and the Department of Justice. And Jack Smith, of course, although he's a special counsel, he's very independent. He is a part of the Department of Justice. I think that those kinds of accommodations are reasonable. Above all, we have to protect the judge. We have to protect the witnesses. And we have to protect the jury. So if the order has to yield a little bit there, that is a reasonable compromise to make sure that justice can operate smoothly in this case.
And we just heard the exchange about, core political speech versus criminal speech. The judges raised, Alyssa, today the potential for Trump's rhetoric to cause violence. They brought up the death threats against the D.C. judge, Tanya Chutkan, the doxing of potential jurors. How real is this threat?
Well, listen, we live in a moment of heightened political violence. We know that from January 6th. We know that from situations that preceded that. But I think that's a very real concern. And the other pieces is what you played earlier, this kind of soft witness intimidation. We kind of have a sense of who the players are who are going to be likely called to testify in this case. Mike Pence, case in point, somebody who saying something as vague as, I hope he does the right thing. He knows that tens of millions of his supporters are listening to that, and they're going to put pressure in whatever way they may on Mike Pence. And we saw how that culminated on January 6th.
Yep, we all did when they were chanting, "Hang Mike Pence." Norm Eisen, Alyssa Farah-Griffin, thank you.
Thank you.
Up next, Defense Secretary Lloyd Austin makes a surprise visit to Ukraine. Stay with us. You're in the Situation Room.